Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Sandown Park here on Friday. It is the 7th of July 2023. Going to look at the stakes program from Sandown, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Get 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And join me tomorrow for my Eclipse preview here from Sandown. Also here stateside a little bit more locally. Join me for my Belmont Derby preview. An excellent card of stakes racing here in New York from Belmont. So I hope you check out that preview. Quite a few European imports in those races, so it's a little bit hits home for some of you guys there too. But today's card from Sandown, it's a very good race card with the stakes races. So we're gonna look at those stakes races right now. Races 2, 3, and 5. The 230, the 305, and the 415. The 230, the second race, it's the Dragon Stakes. It's a listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for a $48,000 purse. Race for 2-year-olds only. 7 horses are going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course. I'm gonna take the 3-horse Kylan as a top selection. I'm going to go 364 in your tri-cash trifecta. 364 tri-cash trifecta, top selection of 3 is Kylan. This 2-year colt by Invisible Spirit. Carl Burke trains. Ryan Moore gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 21st of June at Newcastle. 5 furlongs in a Class 3 novice race, and the horse won by 4 lengths that day, and he was traveling decently on the stand side. He settled well. When he got to the front end quick enough, he went away with it. A very strong number, speed figure home. Coming here today, he doesn't even have to run a quarter of that race to win. He's drawn well. He can handle give or a fast ground like he ran 2 back with. I expect him to really run a good race today and improve. Getting Ron Moore up is also a plus. Not to knock PJ McDonald, rode the horse last time out. 2 back, he ran on the 2nd of June at Carlisle. 5 furlongs in a Class 3 novice race, and the horse finished second by a neck that day, and he was really gaining late that day. He had a decent turn of foot. He was probably a little lackadaisical early on, which cost him, but you expect that with the 2-year-olds, but still he ran a fast race there. And then the debut at York on the 17th of May, 5 furlongs in a Class 2 novice race. He finished third by 3 3/4 lengths that day. He neither weakened out of it, but didn't kind of quicken up either. He just kind of plodded along. It was an okay effort there, but he's been on the improvement, which you want to see with the younger horses. Coming here today, he's a very likely winner. I'll use him on the ticket. So to recap my selection for the second, the 230 from Sandown, it's the Dragon Stakes. Going to take the 3-horse Kylan. Let's go 364 in your tri-cash trifecta. The third race, the 305, it is the Coral Marathon. It's a listed stakes for Class 1 horses, going for a $60,000 purse. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 6 horses are going 3,200 meters or 2 miles on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the 3-horse Ocean Wind as a top selection. 361 in your tri-cash trifecta. 361 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Ocean Wind. 7-year-old horse here by Telfilio. Roger Teal trains. Jim Crowley gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 27th of May of 2021 now. That came here at Sandown, so it's been off 2 years over. 2 miles in the Group 3 Coral Henry II Stakes, and he finished third by 16 lengths. He was 80 cents to the dollar, a decent stayer at the time. He completely hit the wall and just never really ran. He must have been injured. He's come back here 2 seasons later. 2 miles off the 2-year freshening, it does scare me here, but if you look at some of those horses he was facing, he was staying these good races against them, and he was improving. He might need the race, but I'm going to take a shot with him at 5-1. 2 back here at Ascot, 2 miles in the Group 3 Cigar Stakes. He finished second by a length behind Stradivarius that day. He couldn't catch him, who was freaking that day, but this horse, he settled well and was getting a good trip that day. And then 7th of April of 2021 at Nottingham, mile 3/4 in listed stakes. He finished second by 2.5 lengths that day. The winner just had the jump on him, but he was staying decently. He hasn't won since the fall of 2020, which seems like an eternity ago. Mile 13/16 to the Class 2 handicap there at Donny. He won by a half a length, and he won for fun, an easy victory there. And then prior to that, Newmarket, 2 miles and a quarter in a Class 2 handicap. He won by 4.5 lengths, and again, a very easy run. He likes the staying trip, or he liked it, but he's coming here off a 2-year freshening. I'm going to give him a shot. He's your wise guy horse. Yabir is probably your likeliest winner in the spot, but he's 3-5, and he hasn't won since the Prince of Wales last summer in Newmarket, which he won going away. But then after that, he ran the Al Rayyan, which he should have won. He finished 4th by 2 lengths, never getting a good trip there. I also think it was a little bit too short for him. And then he ran the Gold Cup last week, where I backed him. He finished 6th by 9.25 lengths that day, and he just wasn't keeping up with those Group 1 quality horses. He's back to a listed stakes. He could definitely win against these horses. He was a Breeze Cup turf winner at Del Mar in 2021 quite nicely at a very good place in Shahima Classic. everything up until that Manamore race was pretty good. And then when then he kind of lost it after that, after the Newmarket race. I'm going to give him a shot to find the winner's circle. But, as a top selection, I'm going to take the shot with the Ocean Wind 5-1. He's kind of interesting. I kept going back to him. But, it might be a little shrewd giving him it out here as a selection. But to recap my selection for the 305, the third race from Sandown, it's the Coral Marathon. Going to take the 3-horse Ocean Wind. Call me crazy. Give kudos to the 6-horse Shabir. 361 Tricast Trifecta. 3-6 in your multi-race quad pod. To the 5th race featured 415, it is the Gala Stakes. It's listed stakes for Class 1 horses going for a purse $60,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 5 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile a quarter on the turf course. I'm going to take here as a top selection the 2-horse Notre Belle Beat. I'm going to go 2-4-3 in your Tricast Trifecta. 2-4-3 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 2-horse Notre Belle Beat. Fibro Gelbe Zavni, Andrew Balding trains, William Buick gets to mount. The horse's most recent outing came 20th of June at Ascot, a mile a quarter in the listed stakes, and the horse finished 11th by 11 lengths that day. 11 lengths, I almost said. But 11 lengths. Sorry, been up very long today. It's been a very long day after having off the last 2 days, so pardon me. The horse finished 11th by 11 lengths, and he was just very wide, and he just kind of hit the wall. It wasn't his day to win against those slightly tougher horses at Ascot. The listed stakes at Ascot could be, group quality races. He's hitting the listed stakes today. These are listed quality horses that he could definitely win against. He should get a good trip, and I think he could win. 2 back in a Heritage Handicap in Newmarket, a mile and 8th on the 6th of May. He finished 3rd by length. He outrun his 25-1 odds that day. I thought he won a little bit longer, but he settled well. He quickened up a lot. Stayed the trip well. Nothing bad about that race. And then the All-Weather Championship in Newcastle, about a quarter on the 7th of April. He won by a length that day, and basically from a tracking trip, he took off clear, a very good run. And then the Lincoln Handicap Trial at Wolverhampton over the mile and the 8th on the Tapeta. He finished 3rd by 3/4 length. Probably just drawn a little bit too wide that day, which cost him, but he got around the race course well. And then in the seasonal reappearance at Linkfield prior to that over the mile, he finished 2nd by 3/4 length. Trip was definitely too short, but again, he was traveling decently. Back to a listed race that he could win against. At 4-1 getting William Buick up. He's a very likely winner. I think your second likeliest winner is the 4-horse Saga for Jonathan Gazin and Ryan Moore. Most recently in the listed 6 at Ascot over the mile quarter last week, he finished 5th by 3.5 lengths. And again, I think he might have won a little longer, but he traveled okay. He had a very good place in the Heritage Handicap Guineas weekend at Newmarket, and then had a decent 4th at York last fall. He hasn't won in quite a while since his 2-year-old campaign, but he's been running against some tough horses. I'll give him a shot in the spot at 9-5. This is another spot that he could win. So to recap my selection for the 415, the 5th race from Sandown, it's the Gala Stakes. Gonna take the 4-horse Notre Belle Beat. Give kudos to the 4-horse Saga. 2-4-3 Tricast Trifecta. 2-4 in your quad pod. So good luck to all, and remember to check out my Belmont Derby preview tomorrow, and also my Sandown Eclipse preview. And follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Good luck.